Hari Om. We take up today the mantra number 5 of section 2 of chapter 2. The fifth mantra reads like this: Yasmin Dhyau Prithvi Cha Antariksham Otam Mana Saha Pranaischa Sarvai Tamevaikam Janadha Atmanam Anya Vacho Vimunchatha Mrdai Saishya Setu is the mantra. The literal meaning of the mantra just recited is He, Yasmin, He in whom the heaven, the earth and the interspace are centered, together with the mind and all life breaths or the prana, in whom all these are centered, know Him alone as the one self of all and desist from all other talks on the subject. This indeed is man's bridge to the shore of immortality across the ocean of life. This is the meaning of that mantra, literal meaning of the mantra. Now, let's examine in a bit detail the heaven, earth and interspace. I'm repeating: the heaven above, one plane of consciousness, the earth, another plane of consciousness, and the interspace in between are centered in Him. Him means the reality. Him, H-Y-M, capital letters. They are all born out of Him. The Shruti continues, not only heaven, earth and space, which are outside you, external to you, but even your mind, including mind and intellect, and breath, the very vital air, the prana, are also born from Him. So, your body, your mind, your intellect, your thoughts, your emotions, objects, everything, and the world of objects around you, represented by heaven, earth, and the space, are all born out of Him. We have seen this idea earlier, that there is nothing that is not born out of Him. Everything is born out of Him. Now the Shruti is repeating and hammering this idea into the head of the sadhak, not because the Rishi likes to repeat what he has said, but because the worldly thought of sensuous objects and the temptation to identify ourselves with our body, mind, intellect is so great, and hence the sadhak may be tempted to jump the fence and take up the path of pleasure, leaving the path of good, prayas over shreyas. The Rishi do not want this to happen to his sadhak. That is why he keeps on repeating. Now in this mantra again, Rishi says, these are all centered in Him, and the very substance of the effect is the cause, is it not? The very substance of the effect is nothing but the cause. Think, please. All that we perceive, feel, or think, all what we perceive with our senses, all what we feel with our mind, all that we think with our intellect, although you are thinking for yourself, you are feeling yourself, even though these objects, emotions and thoughts are all objects of our experience. Think, please. I'm toying with an idea. That idea is an external object as far as the experiencer in you is concerned. Your thoughts are also an object of intellectual scrutiny. Your feeling is an object of your mental scrutiny. Just as the objects around you, the building, the river, the sun, the moon, all this around you is an object of your sense organs of perception. Therefore, all these are objects of your experience. Now, in order to have an experience, think carefully. In order to have an experience, we need to have an experiencer, an experienced, and the experience. Isn't it? You must have an experiencer, there must be an experienced, and an experience. A cup of coffee is placed on my table. In order to have the experience of that coffee, first and foremost, there must be an experiencer. I must be available to enjoy that coffee, to see that coffee, to taste that coffee. But if I am busy reading a novel, I don't see the object. So that is, the coffee has not created any experience in me, even though coffee is there. But here there is no experiencer. First and foremost, there must be a coffee, an experienced, and there must be an experiencer. It is not enough if the coffee is there and I am there. I must enjoy that coffee, taste it, see it, and smell it. That means there must be a relationship established between me, the experiencer, and coffee, the experienced. Then it becomes an experience. Clear? If any one element is missing, the experience is not complete. Examples can be multiplied. Paucity of time do not permit me to catalog the experiences. You think for yourself. If any element in these three, experiencer, experienced, the experiencing is missed, then the experience is not complete. The experiencer is a perceiver, feeler, or thinker in us. Well, I am the experiencer, either of any objects, thoughts, or emotions. Is it not? The perceiver, the feeler, the thinker in me is the experiencer in me. The experienced is the objects, emotions, and thoughts. Objects of the entire world, emotions of the entire mind, thoughts of the entire intellect. That is what is being experienced. You cannot experience anything other than this. Anything other than OET you cannot experience. Try. Now the experience is a relationship between the two. Thus, our life is a series of experiences. Think please. The life is a series of experiences, one after the other, one after the other. So when the perceiver, feeler, or the thinker, whenever it perceives, feels, or thinks what? The objects, emotions, or thoughts. Whenever the perceiver, the feeler, or the thinker perceives, feels, or thinks the objects, emotions, or thoughts, what happens? The I in me become aware of that object or emotion or thought. Carefully think please. Whenever I perceive, feel, or think of an object, emotions, or thought, the I in me becomes aware of that object, emotions, or thought. Meaning, I gain the knowledge of the objects, emotions, or thoughts. When my sense organs perceive, feel or think the object, emotions or thoughts, I, the perceiver, feeler, thinker, put together, I become the knower of OET. Thus, the objects, emotions and thoughts are the field of experience, isn't it? Therefore, I proclaim myself to be the knower of that field, whatever that field may be, whatever be that field. Once I perceive, feel or think an object, emotions or thought and establish a relationship, then I become the knower of that field of objects, emotions or thoughts. It may be an elementary knowledge that 2 plus 2 is 4. Right? First time that I am getting the knowledge that 2 plus 2 is 4. So the knowledge of the 2 plus 2 is 4, I am knowing that knowledge. So I get that knowledge, I become the knower of what? 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Or it may be discovery that E is equal to mc squared. Even that, I become aware of that formula. So whenever I know something, I become the knower of that field. And the knower is the 3-in-1 pack of perceiver, feeler, thinker put together. It is a perceiver, feeler and thinker put together in one pack is called the knower. My individual ego, individual identity, the empirical I that I often use as I in my transactional communication with the world. And this is a process of all learning. When I am exposed to physics, when I understand, then I become the knower of physics. I become the knower of chemistry. I become the knower of accountancy. I become the knower of management. Isn't it? No, careful please. There is now the knower of the field. I am the knower of the field. I am the knower. And the field, what is the field? It is objects, emotions or thoughts. Now a simple subtraction. Carefully see this magic. A simple subtraction. There is a knower of the field, you. There is a field of knowledge, objects, emotions and thoughts. So the knower of the field minus the field thing, knower of the field, simple mathematics, knower of the field on the left side minus the field, what remains? Knower. Knower of what? Knower of nothing. A knower without an object is what? I take a torchlight into the room and flash it, and it goes to the dining table. Now, the dining table is illuminated by the torchlight. I flash it to another object, the dining chairs. Now the dining chairs are illuminated. So the first light is the illuminator of the dining table. The second light is the illuminator of the dining chair. In other words, the first light is a knower of dining table. The second light is a knower of dining chair. Now from these two lights I remove the dining table and remove the chair. What remains? Knower. Knower of what? There is nothing. When there is no object to illuminate, all that remains is a light alone, which is wisdom, which is knowledge. That is the reason why I said, Knower of the field minus the field is not knower, it is knowledge, pure and simple. This would therefore mean that if from the cause the effect is removed, only the cause remain. The body, mind and intellect, the OET, all are emerging from the cause, the Brahman. So from the BMI or the OET, from that effect, when the cause is removed, nothing remains. Only that knowledge remains, the Brahman remains, the cause remains. Therefore the heaven, earth and space indicated in this mantra is objects, emotions and thoughts. Mind and life breath is the BMI, body, mind and intellect. The Rishi repeats that these are nothing other than the Supreme Self, the Supreme Reality. Please read the text and the meaning over and over again. Otherwise, it's difficult to grasp, I know. I find it difficult to explain, and therefore much more you will find it difficult to grasp. But the only way is read and read. The Shruti further advises, desist from all other things, anyo vacha vimuktascha. Desist from all other things and talks, because all of them are illusory. They don't lead you to proper light. We are therefore told to develop an intelligent but not blind detachment to the objects, emotions and thoughts, the world around us. When you are in a position to obtain bliss or peace, self-generated within, you are able to obtain that peace, that self, that peace that passeth all understanding, without any external aid, self-generated in you. What is the need to go for external aids to generate power through a perishable equipment called BMI? We always run after the mundane world to acquire, possess and aggrandize. All we have gained have to be left behind. Think. All we have gained in this life has to be left behind. All material pleasures. Is it then a true gain? What have you gained? So in this ephemeral world, try to do something that you can carry with you when you go. That would be your true gain. Yes, if you are blessed with abundance of material pleasure, by all means enjoy. By all means. It is foolish to discard them. When things have come and thrown before you, do not throw them away. Enjoy. But consider them to be irrelevant. Never ever depend on them. They are irrelevant as far as my goal is concerned. They have nothing to do with my reaching the goal. If they come, yes. If they don't come, no problem. So they are irrelevant to me in my journey of life. With that spirit of irrelevance, we should renounce the material world and its manifestations. And that is true sannyasa. Nyasam means to give up. Nyasa. Sannyasa means give up gracefully, without giving away. Need not give away. Even if you are giving away, let there be a grace in that giving. Don't give it with murmur. This thought process and action plan alone, the Shruti says, is a bridge that can take you to the other shores of this mighty ocean called samsara. Wish you all the best and a bon voyage. Hari Om.